here at 125, and we're underway. 2 wrestlers in white singlets, red ankle band for Stanford. It's Nico Provo, and the green ankle bands for Northern Colorado is Stevo Poulin. Both these guys a little familiar with one another.
I just think with the way wrestling's been here in the last couple decades, isn't everybody familiar with everybody nowadays?
It does seem like it. And 125 has been just a chaotic weight class all year long. So what do we expect tonight? Probably more chaos.
Everybody's kind of looking for the next big thing at 25 now that, you know, Spencer's kind of dominated the conversation at this weight for the last 5-6 years. And so now who's going to be next to take that mantle?
The last time these guys met was here in this building, and Provo won that match 10-3. Stevo Poulin went on to win a Big 12 title last year. He had a better season as a whole, but they are now meeting again, and it's Provo ranked 2nd in the country. And look at this. Looking for a go-behind is Stevo Poulin. He's behind, but no return, and there's the takedown, and he's looking for near fall.
Wow, great action there to get the takedown. We've seen all weekend long, we're seeing tons of slide-bys, pass-bys, and the guy on bottom that's getting taken down, going right into that Granby, trying to scramble out. Provo wasn't able to do it that time.
Stevo Poulin and Nico Provo kind of opposite trajectories when they were coming up. Poulin, he had a highlight when he was a little kid that went viral. Nico Provo came out of high school in the 50s on the big board, but now it's Provo with the higher ranking, and it looks like they're going to review. They want to know whether or not there were 2 near fall. It was close. We saw when Poulin got that takedown, he took Provo down right into danger. Was he a near fall for 2 seconds? That's what they're going to figure out. And this may be a situation where Northern Colorado has a brick to burn, and they're going to see if they can get a 5-0 lead.
You know, if I'm not sure what the challenge situation is going into the finals, but if you got more than one, you take your YOLO brick early. Try to get that extra 2.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching at home and not sure how the challenge bricks work, if you're in a dual meet, you got to be a little more conservative. But in a tournament, you have some to work with. And here's a review. This is that go behind, and Poulin. Ooh, it was close. It was close. I don't think they're going to overturn this, but it was very close.
And they are doing independent review. So the official that made the call is not the one doing the review. They have somebody else here in the building that is going to come over and look at the laptop and review it. It was right next to me, and probably you too during the semifinals. He came over and watched it and directed the computer operator on how to go and how to look at everything. So
I appreciate when they do that, because reviewing your own call, I mean, it's a natural bias. That's the call you made, right?
Yeah.
So.
Nobody likes to admit when they're wrong.
Yeah, and you kind of have already decided in your mind you were right. So it's good when they do that independent review. We'll see, and they're gonna just confirm that, and I think that's probably the right call. It was super close. If you're counting swipes, it was 1.5, I think.
Well, and it's kind of hard for one of the negatives, I guess, of the independent review. It's hard to know when did the ref on the mat decide that the takedown had been secured. Because you can't start counting until that takedown gets secured. So that's kind of hard to gauge for somebody coming in, because they might have an independent bias as well.
Action it looked like a caution, but it was actually a whistle on another mat. They're going to get a clean start now, and Provo up to a quad pod, fighting hands. He's trying to get out, and it looks like Poulin going to return him to the mat. Stevo Poulin putting a good right on, and he's putting pressure forward on Provo's hands. That's what you want when you're on top and the guy gets in quad pod. You want to see that the white above the fingernails. You want to see that pressure, and now Provo able to fight out, gets the escape. It's 3-1, a little bit under a minute to go.
Yeah, Poulin's got 50 seconds of riding time, so that's going to come into play here in these last 2 periods. Seeing, choice and all that stuff. If he can rack up a few more, it might dictate what he does in the 3rd period if Poulin has choice.
Absolutely. Now 35 to go, and both these guys good hand fighters. Now Provo wrestling from space, hard fake. Poulin didn't bite on it, and now wrestling from both hands on the head is Stevo Poulin.
Yeah, the first takedown for Poulin was out of the tie. So, you know, Provo might be looking for a different strategy here, trying to stay away and see if he can't get to the legs. But less than 10 seconds to go here in the period. That's probably not enough time unless it's just a straight, clean finish.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to take that 3-1 lead for Poulin into the finals. And here they go. Provo, a little bit of extra time with the hands on the face as the period expires. Flip goes to Poulin. He defers. Provo going to go underneath. Now, riding time, 50 seconds. So
yeah.
If you're Poulin, you just got to stay on top for, I mean, you don't want 10. You don't want it to be right at a minute. You want to stay on for 20, 30 seconds. But he's already been on top for 50. We'll see how he approaches the top position.
Yeah, sure. If he can secure that ride time, that gives him a chance to just pick neutral in the third and not have to lose a point, because he's already going to get that riding time point.
And now Poulin with both legs in. Now he has Provo flattened all the way out. Riding time over a minute, and it's going to keep climbing because Poulin in good shape. And Poulin with that knee sleeve, you can see it on the right, and it's stained red. I saw him coming off the mat after the semifinals. He's bleeding on his knee. Maybe just a mat burn situation, but that's what you're looking at. And look at this, riding time, minute 25, and climbing with the leg in. Stevo Poulin getting right to where he wants to be.
Yeah, you get Provo completely flat on his stomach, fully extended. Going to have a hard time getting out here. When he's got that leg in, look at his hips off the mat. It's real difficult to get into a base referee's position when the top guy's got your hips up off the mat like that.
Stevo Poulin going to get a restart, minute 7 on top. Provo, maybe the more important restart on bottom. He wants to get to work here and claw and a spiral, and Provo fight that bottom hand. Now fighting the top hand. Poulin trying to get legs in, and Provo up to his feet. Can he get out? Poulin drops the leg. Now trying to return from behind, but Provo going to cut out. Riding time at 2:03.
Yeah, Provo really focused on the hands there as they were going through that scramble and was able to cut away. So he wasn't mat returned again like he was the first couple of times.
Slide by attempt there for Stevo. Wasn't able to get it. And, you know, this is a match for Stevo. This guy was rounded 12 a year ago. He wants to finish in the All-American situation, and this is the type of guy you're going to need to beat to do that.
Yeah, this is your traditional.
And Provo in deep. He's got the leg, but Poulin now locking on that near leg. This looks like a scramble situation where Stevo can, at a minimum, work for a stalemate or ride the period out. 5 seconds left. What's Provo going to do? Can he get the head underneath? And no, 4 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, this is one of those matches that you're going to see in Kansas City. That's in the quarterfinals. Winner's going to move on to the semis or in that blood round, and and it's exciting to be able to see a finals match like this caliber. Start off the finals of the Southern Scuffle.
100%. And now Poulin going bottom to start the third. With an escape, he'll take a 2-point lead plus the riding time advantage, and he's up right away. Provo drops that ankle, and Poulin's away. 4-2, riding time at 1:58. But we saw Provo get to the ankle. That's a position, if he is approaching it the right way, he can finish that.
Yeah, he got to the ankle from space, and now he's back in that tie position, right where Poulin, was successful with the throw by.
Wow, stall call on Poulin. First one of the match, but that could be important.
Could be very important. Now it's very important for Poulin to stay in the middle so that he doesn't pick up that extra stall call by getting pushed off the mat.
And look, there it is. There's that low-level shot. Provo advances up the leg. He's locked on the single, head inside. Poulin locked in the crotch, but now Provo thinking about backdoor, locks on both legs. I've seen guys finishing from here all weekend long. Can Provo advance? And he's going to try to inch Poulin into danger. Now locked in the single is Provo. He's extended.
Great job there by Provo to get his hips around.
Head outside now for Provo. Can he cut across, get the double? Poulin now with the riding time pointed is locked in. And Provo close to the takedown. There it is. That's 3. So Provo with the 5-4 lead, but riding time point secured for Poulin. And right after they gave the takedown, they called, was that near fall? Or was that, what was that?
Potentially
was it stalemate?
dangerous. Potentially dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, Poulin was pulling on that knee pretty good. And Provo was able to get him to his butt and get around the waist to secure the takedown. 33 seconds, though, to get out.
Poulin needs to escape for the win. He's out. 5-5, riding time locked for Poulin. Provo needs another takedown.
Yeah,
or another stall point.
Or another stall point. That's where that one's going to figure in. So Poulin's got to keep it in the middle. Got to be active here. Can't just defend.
Good shot there, Provo, but he probably needs to take Poulin to the edge. Uh-oh, double overs. Provo coming hard. He's looking for this. He's close to locking a cradle. Can he roll it through? 5 seconds left, 4. And Poulin holding on to that leg.
Holding on to that leg. He's got to hold on to that leg. Great, savvy defense there by Poulin.
What a match. At the end, Provo tried everything in the bag of tricks that he had, and Stevo Poulin firing up the crowd. He gets the win. He's your Southern Scuffle champ at 125 pounds, and guess what? More chaos at 125.
More chaos. Yep, that's what everybody wants, right?